Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Max Reviews. Joining you, as always, is me, Braden Richards, and today I'm going to be ranking all 9 What If episodes. Now, I know What If came out months ago, and I know this is a bit late, but I decided just to share my thoughts, expand my channel a bit, and so that people could have my thoughts on the What If show as a whole and the episodes. And talking about that, the What If show as a whole, my thoughts on it. I would say that it was a lot better than I expected, and I was expecting it to be very good. It was top 5 MCU shows for me for anticipation level, and for stuff, I was really looking forward to this. And so, first few episodes, okay, and then when you get to like the middle to end of it, it had some really good episodes. I'd say from the second episode to like the 6th episode, there was just that streak of like, is this the best one? Is this the best What If episode? So they had a bunch of good episodes, but also some bad ones. So this is gonna be my ranking. This is Max Reviews. Okay, coming in at 9th place. This one I thought I still enjoyed. It was okay. It was a bit of a letdown, but coming in 9th place is the What If Peggy Carter was Captain Carter episode. The problem with this one for me is that I don't really like Captain Carter. Everything is going way too fast paced that you don't feel the emotion in this episode. It's just running through Captain America: The First Avengers, so there isn't a bunch of new amazing things like the thing that they did with Steve and having the slightly ironmonger, but it's powered by the Tesseract. That was cool, but the jokes with Bucky, like, oh, I could have fallen there. I didn't like it that much as the other ones, and I feel sort of burned that Captain Carter is the main character to this entire What If show, and I feel that her character is legitimately the worst character in the entire show, I would say. For a main character, like, you see her on the poster, and yeah, I feel burned with that. The Watcher, I guess, is the main character, but she's the one on the poster. She's, like, the first episode, so I felt a bit burned by that, and the show had me a bit concerned. The animation was beautiful, but that had me concerned. Okay, coming in at 8th place. This one I had some fun with, and it was actually pretty good, but I felt like it was, again, repeating the same plot points. 8th place is Killmonger saves Tony Stark. Now, this is a very interesting What If episode, because Killmonger, him being with Tony Stark and saving him, that's an interesting project, because this makes Tony Stark not Iron Man. This makes Killmonger not exactly a horrible person now. He's still bad, but he hasn't really gone to the lengths of breaking into Wakanda and stuff that much. But how it ended, I just feel like this is basically Black Panther with a bit of Tony Stark, and Killmonger's plans aren't that mind-blowing, I don't think. Black Panther, I love the movie, and Killmonger is a great villain, but he doesn't work, I don't think, particularly well for this story. Even though it's interesting to see, like, all these What If, every single episode here I think is interesting to see, but I do not think it is as good as the other ones. Okay, coming in at 7th place, I had a bunch of fun with this. I know some people didn't. This would probably be like the medium ground for me, where it goes from like enjoyable to non-enjoyable. This one, Party Thor, if he never had Loki adopted and Odin just returned him. And this is a really fun one. Just Thor having this crazy party with a bunch of cameos and going to Earth, and then my mother, she cometh, and having to clean up before his mom gets home. It's generic, it's basic. We've seen it a million times, but this is funny. This is something different from the MCU. It might not be the most creative, but I just find it really funny seeing Loki being his frost giant form and just being like, yeah, bro, kind of thing. And he's just so great to see this, and it's so funny, so fun, and Even though it's not the best, I could agree. Yeah, I could understand if you have this in last. I just had a ton of fun with this. Okay, coming in at 6th place, I would give all these, like, I love these episodes, this one up. It's hard to rank. But 6th place is What If All the Avengers Died? So for this one, it was interesting because it's a mystery. And this is the part of the show where most of it had been pretty, lighter hearted, not too bad. This is where it got dark. And you're like, whoa, this show could go there. It could do that stuff. And you see that in this episode that just, it really goes dark and kills all the Avengers. And as this sort of like, what is going on element. And how it plays out, the big reveal, I like it. I do. And with Nick Fury and Loki coming to Earth, I think it's good. I like it. It's darker. It's a fun episode. Well, it's not really fun. It's dark, but it's something different from the MCU. And I like that. And we got to see what would happen to the world if this didn't work. If the Avengers all died, the Avengers Initiative. It's surprising and interesting how it works. Okay, coming in at 5th place. This one was a lot higher, but the more I thought about it, the more it sort of went down. I still love this episode. It's zombies. So, I do not see a bunch of zombie movies. I probably see no good zombie movies, but this is cool to see in the MCU. A zombie version of the MCU with zombie Avengers fighting the normal Avengers and all this zombie hordes coming in. I had a ton of fun with this, and the ending with zombie Thanos, and be like, whoa, this is such a great episode, and it is. And this is what I really liked about the show. That at the end, we have a bunch of zombies chasing after Scott Lang's head with the Cloak of Levitation. Peter Parker with the Cloak of Levitation, still being fun. Bucky being without Steve, which is interesting in and of itself. A dead Vision, a one-armed Black Panther, T'Challa, and this is just the fun, crazy, like, out of this world MCU stuff that I just like. That's the best part about the show. These crazy what if scenarios that happen, and I had a ton of fun with this episode, just seeing how it played out with the zombies. The reason it went sort of down is the more you think about it, it is epic. It's, yes, awesome, but also as a story, I don't think it had as much emotional depth to me with the rest of these, and so that's why it's only in 5th, but I still absolutely love this episode. Coming in 4th place, this one was the opposite of zombies. The more I thought about it, the more it moved up. 4th place is What If T'Challa Was Star-Lord? And this is just a fun episode to see T'Challa be Star-Lord, and having Korath being, instead of who, to be, you're getting a lot of impressions, to be a fanboy of Star-Lord and just being this great character and be so excited to fight him. And Thanos, it's so fun. This is the What If episode that made me like, okay, the first one, that was pretty bad, worst episode, but this is interesting. I like this. This is good, and I like what they're doing here, and it was like, it gave me hope, and then it kept going better and better, and till it got sort of worse, but it's still, this is a good, great, amazing, I would even go, episode, and it's just so great to hear T'Challa's voice again, Chadwick Boseman's voice again, final performance, excellent, R.I.P. Chadwick Boseman, and great episode, how it goes with the Collector, and Thanos is probably the standout here, but it is a fun episode with all the characters are amazing. Okay, before we get into the top 3 here, thanks for watching. If you're watching, please like, subscribe, comment down below your ranking. I would like to have, I know this sounds really stupid, but 10 subscribers before the end of the month in November. I know it's going to be almost impossible, but please, I'm counting on you guys. So thank you. Still trying to expand my things here on Max Reviews. Hopefully this gets a lot of views. If not, oh well. Okay. Third place is going to be if Ultron wins the episode before the finale episode that has just this interesting broken world, and where Ultron gets the stones and starts destroying the entire universe and then the multiverse. And this is the episode where you're like, oh, something's going on with the Watcher. He's like out of control this time. He doesn't, and you get to see him actually fight, and he actually does something. He doesn't break his oath, but he does something in this episode. He fights, and you see that he's not this mysterious know-it-all. He still has problems and flaws, and it's interesting to see this. And Ultron, I think he's a very underrated villain. He's great to see him again in this episode, to see what if he accomplished his plan, and then what if he was destroying the multiverse, and then that ending tease with him going to Doctor Strange. Such a great episode. Okay, this is hard for me. These two final episodes, I think they're 10 out of 10. I love them, but I'm going to have to switch it around last minute for this one because I absolutely love the other episodes. So, second place is going to be the finale episode, What If the Watcher Broke His Oath? And a bunch of people were speculating, is this how the show's going to end? Is this how it's going to go? And they ended it this way, and they ended it with a bang. It was great. We got to see all our heroes, plus the Nebula, which was a bit weird, but we'll see next season, come together and fight Ultron and see them all work together, and then Eric Killmonger do this, and then we finally get that Zemo. He's got, no, not Zemo, Zola. He gets his body that he's got from the comics, and just all these cool little payoffs that you get throughout it with, and all these cool animation details, and how the Watcher works it out, and the ending, I think, is great. 10 out of 10. I love this episode. Feels so perfect. But there could only be one winner. So, first place, this is probably the episode that I've rewatched the most. I like this episode the most after a few seconds of consideration back there. But I think this is the right choice. First place is What If Doctor Strange Lost His Heart Instead of His Hands? And Doctor Strange as the movie, I thought that was a good sort of like medium bad side of the MCU movie that was squished into the MCU template. This is totally different. This is a different version of Doctor Strange where he cares so much that he's willing to destroy the universe to get his love back with, I think, Karen? I don't know. Maybe. And I haven't seen the show for a while. So, it's just so heartbreaking to see this happen in this tragedy with him and Karen, and can't save her, and it's an absolute point. And he just goes there, he breaks that point, he devours these creatures, and becomes this monster to save her, and then destroys everything. And it's just so different than anything that you've ever seen in the MCU before, and it works. You understand it a lot better. Like the zombie episode, that was totally different, but that was a bit too much of the goofy. This feels grounded. This feels like if we see evil Doctor Strange in like Multi-Universe of the Madness, I'm gonna be so happy for that, because I think he's the best character of the show, not Captain Carter. She's bottom, okay? No. Sorcerer Supreme, Doctor Strange, evil Doctor Strange. He's still good, but he sort of goes evil. He is the big winner here. He's wonderful character, absolutely blown away. Another thing, the music in this episode is so amazing. You love it so much. And so this is the episode that I love the most, and like this is on par with Loki and on par with like 10. This is a 10 out of 10. If every episode in the show was as good as these top two episodes, this would be probably the best show of the year for me. I absolutely loved those episodes, but they had the good, the bad, so I think the show overall for me is very close between the 3 MCU shows other than Loki. They're all pretty close. So you'll see that at the end of the year ranking. I'm going to rank all the MCU shows, no, all the shows that I've seen this year after the Book of Boba Fett comes out and after I compare all my notes together. So thank you for watching and listening and whatever. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I would like to have the 10 subscribers before the 1st of December. Nice early Christmas present. Thank you. This is Max Reviews. Braden out.